Hello, beautiful energy. Let me set down my coffee here. It's Halloween time. Got my little herbal coffee. Delicious. Okay, so let's talk about what is good health. Are we talking about when we say we want good health? Are we talking about physically? Are we talking about mentally, spiritually? Actually, good health is all above. You can have good physical health, but not have good spiritual health, and you are going to suffer the consequences of it. That does not mean that you have to believe in any certain deities or it has to be exactly like has to be a faith. Spiritually, to me, means more about mentally what you believe in, what you strive for, the positive actions you take in life, the good that you do in the world, the things that you say that are positive, your actions are positive, what you think. That consists of spiritually with me. Okay, and of course, there's our health. We want to be physically healthy. Um, I think this, like I said, I think the spiritual and the mental kind of goes hand in hand. If you suffer in one, you're gonna suffer in the other. If you suffer in that one, you're gonna suffer in the other. But that goes along with physical health. You got to have it all well rounded to have really good health. And nowadays, most people are more consumed with materialistic. They think that being materialistic is going to get them everything they want in life. Get my fancy cars, my fancy homes, the best computers, the best cell phones, the best whatever. But and then when you talk to them about what are you eating, how are you eating, and they're like, well, either they don't put much thought into it, or they have excuses. Well, I travel too much. I do this too much. I don't have the money for this. But yet you see them with this nice big fancy car out here. Now, there's nothing wrong with having fancy cars. But my point being is if you can have a fancy car that you're paying $500 a month on, but you cannot afford to eat healthy, I think something's a little out of balance. And you got to balance these things out for you to truly be well-rounded in health. Um, I'm speaking from experience because I don't come from a lot of money. I don't have a lot of money coming in. I'm not rich. And I know the struggles of going to the store and be like, this is my budget. This is what I have. But then you think, oh, I see these potato chips. They're only this much. Let me squeeze that in here. Well, and then you'll see like little Debbie's. If I give me some chips and little Debbie's for this week, I could get that. Well, then all of a sudden now you can't get vegetables and you can't get things that's going to improve your health. So if you put back the chips and you get the healthy stuff, you're not spending no more money, right? Now, of course, we all want to splurge and we don't want to be like, oh, vegetables, vegetables, vegetables. I don't want vegetables, vegetables, vegetables. But there are so many things that you can do with the way that you eat that it's not like you're having vegetables, vegetables. It takes creativity. It takes diving in there. Just as much as you dived in there to make sure you had that car and these fancy clothes and these name brand watches and purses, dive in there with your health. Dive in there with your food. Now let's talk about spiritual. It don't cost nothing. Not a thing. Oh, I ain't got time. I ain't got time. Well, do you know that you can be mentally healthy walking around doing what you're doing? By being present, by being in here and now, by everything that you do, realizing that it takes effect in your life. You are bringing things into motion. You are making things happen in your life. So everything that you do manifests in your life. So if you're at work and you're realizing, okay, this is what I'm doing to get my life together, and you be fully aware that you're there and what you're doing and not concentrating on what you want to be doing or where you'd rather be at or the better job that you'd rather have, you are coming to a better mental health. When you're cooking your food, if you put your here and now into your food when you're cooking your food, you're putting your energy into this food. You're putting your love and your attention, and you're manifesting this for your health. Everything that you do in life manifests in your life. So if you are accountable for your actions and you are aware of your surroundings, aware of the here and now, not thinking about the past and not thinking about the future, there's a time for those things. But on an average day, you need to be aware of the here and now. Yes, you got to think about your future. There's a time for that. You sit down and you devote a certain amount of time on what you're going to do for your future. You jot it down. You have it all written down. Walk away from it and leave it there. You know the first step you got to take for the first thing on the list. Well, that's what you do in everyday manifestation. You put those efforts forward to make those things happen. And you'll be aware that that's what you're doing. When you do that, you're sending out the energy into the world and you're putting it into motion. You're making it happen. But if you're working and you're working mindlessly, or you're going through your day and you're cooking mindlessly and you're rushing, you're just trying to get it done without no thought into it whatsoever, you're not putting everything into that. You're not reaping the benefits of being aware and now and realizing that you are manifesting that first thing on that list. So I guess with this lesson, it is for you to understand that you got to be aware of everything that you're doing because it creates into your energy and the energy goes forth into motion. If you're going around angry while you're doing stuff, even though you're doing what we put in front of motion, but you're creating it negatively. So will it actually turn out into a positive way? I'm thinking not. Have a blessed day.